they've already told me. I'm going to have to start from the beginning if it gets to that. We'll see how it goes. Okay, I'm on this screen. So let's see. I don't even think I want to buy anything. I press the left stick to switch between that little screen on the bottom where my inventory is. I haven't found a use for it yet. We'll probably get to that a bit later. What do we have here? Double strike. Yeah, we don't have that turned on. That'll be explained a bit later. Debuffs. Next time the target is attacked, it's frozen for 7 seconds. That's going to be handy in combat. And hot potato. Burns target for 2 seconds, removes 20 stamina. I haven't been able to make sense of the stamina system yet. It might just be that little green arrow next to each character on the left-hand side of the screen. I'll see what that's about. Might just be confusing it with something else. Okay, so let's get rid of that. Okay, what else do we have? On the bottom right-hand corner of the screen, we have this mini-map. This is going to be explained in more detail later, but this is a node-based travel system like Mario 3, like Faster Than Light on PC, where you move to a particular node, and when you get to that node, an event may or may not happen. So I'm using the right stick here. I'm that yellow. You might not be able to see it. It's a little yellow icon down there, and I'm moving the right stick around so you can see all the different nodes that I can travel to from this point. I'm currently at the merchant area right here in yellow, so I can go to any of these nodes over here. Fair warning that something I actually discovered while I was playing this game. I don't think the game mentioned this at all. I came from over here. And you can probably see the lines behind me are in black. Like the lines to the left, like right here, this says empty. The line to the left of that is black, the line underneath it is black. If I backtrack, that's what those black lines means. That's backtracking. That's considered darkness. If I travel to any point I've already visited, that's considered backtracking through darkness. If you backtrack through darkness, I believe you have a candle that will light you up, that you can light up, so you can get to that destination safely. But if you try to go backwards and backtrack through darkness without any candles, your heroes will get lost in the darkness and you'll lose the game. I won't do that yet. I might do that when I get to a new area so I'm not losing all the progress I've made so far, because I've done a couple of battles. I won't do a battle yet, but what I will do is I'll kind of see if I can make my way towards this area down here. So I'll go to this empty node down here. I've already been here. Yeah, I've already been here, though, so I don't want to do that again. Because basically, if I want to go down here, there's a little black line underneath this yellow icon, so I don't want to do that. That's backtracking through darkness. So I'll go up here. That's new. It's empty. So all these gray lines are paths I have not yet taken, and there's no darkness here. In fact, if I really want to, I can go back this way. But that means there's no way I can make progress without backtracking through darkness. Because as you see, below this empty node is a green key symbol. That's fine. But to the left and right of that key symbol are black lines. That's darkness. So if I go this way, the only way for me to get to where I want to go is to go through darkness, to revisit a path I've already taken, which is now dark. So I don't want to do that. Alright, let's see what else I can do. I can go to this empty node over here. I'm pressing the RB button, by the way, to confirm my choice to go to that destination. Okay, what can I do here? There's a battle down here. You can barely see that icon right there. But there's a battle down there. There's a battle over here. So I guess the question is, which battle do I want to engage in? Must be an excuse for me to explain the combat system anyway, because it's really kind of confusing at first. The game somewhat tells you how it works. It'll take a bit of practice. I've been practicing for about half an hour. In fact, some of these battles are pretty long. I want to say they're about 5 minutes long, maybe 10. So that'll be a good excuse for me to fill a bunch of time and see if I can make sense of this battle system, or at least explain it. Because I get some of the nuances, I don't get all of them yet. Alright. So I can choose this node down here, and I can press the RB button to confirm my decision. Alright. Let's see if I can get this. So we got a fight. Watch this. Press the LB button to pause time. This is a pausable real-time combat system. So now that I've pressed RB, the game will pause after each action, which is great because it will allow me to explain the strategy I'm going to try to employ. On the far right, left-hand side of the screen are two princesses. I'm not going to worry about them yet. Apparently, they're not really at risk until one of my heroes dies. I guess it's a Plants vs. Zombies-like lane system, where each hero takes up a lane of combat. And I'll show you that in a moment. Next to my green... Actually, let me see if I can cancel out of that. Yeah, okay. 3 lanes. I got 3 heroes. Tank on top. I don't know what he's called. I think he's called a warrior. I have a rogue in the middle. And I have a monk on the bottom. So there are 3 lanes. So it's like Plants vs. Zombies in that sense. Top, middle, and bottom lane. Tank on top can attack enemies that are in his lane only. There's a trick to that, but I'll show you that a bit later. This is the Y button. The Y button always controls the character in the top lane. X button controls... I'm playing on the Xbox One, by the way. This is with a gamepad. The X button controls the hero in the middle lane. In this case, it's the rogue. A button controls the hero in the bottom lane. Monk in this case. I'll explain the lane switching system in a second. But for now, let's attack... Actually, I just got started, so I'll tell you what. I'll show you a couple of wrinkles. Here's what I'm going to try. I'm going to choose the top lane, use the tank. I will use the tank to attack that enemy right there in the top lane. And then as soon as I make contact with that enemy, the game will pause again, and I'll show you what I'm going to do in a moment. Press the Y button, then press B to melee attack the enemy in this lane. The game is now paused. See that little circle right there where the tank warrior was? That circle right there shows that the lane is open for switching. So what happens when I switch lanes? Well, what I'm going to do is, I'm going to switch the warrior on top with the rogue in the middle. So they'll now swap lanes. The rogue will go on top, and the tank will go in the middle. Watch what happens when that tank moves from the top lane to the middle. X, Y. See where the tank is now? The tank is now in the middle lane. But watch what happens. Keep your eye on him. He's going to be in the middle lane. He's going to return to his original starting position on the left-hand side of the screen, and when he does that, he's going to attack the enemy that's sitting right there in his way. So he's basically going to backdash to where he was on the left-hand side of the screen and attack that enemy right there. Going to press LB to advance. See that? So he was able to attack the enemy in the top lane, and then I swapped him with the hero in the middle lane, so the tank went from his position on the right-hand side of the screen, on top, to the right-hand side of the middle lane. And when he returned to his original position, he attacked that, whatever that skeleton is in the middle of the screen. So that's a little nuance in the system I didn't know was there at first. So if you switch lanes and one of your heroes is on the right-hand side, then he will immediately attack anyone who's in his way when he tries to return to the left-hand side of the screen. So he basically just kind of runs over everyone that's in his way when he retreats. That little system right there is a cute little way to manipulate the movement of your characters in this turn-based system. I'm very curious to see what I can do with that. It doesn't do a lot of damage, but it's a nice way to kind of get a cheap hit in on an enemy that's right there in your way. If you're on the right-hand side and you need to retreat back to and you're getting ready to retreat back to the left, that's a cute little system I didn't know I could do earlier. And what I'm going to do here is go back to the top lane, because the green icon shows that he's available to attack. Since I already used the tank, his icon to his left, that little icon right there in gray, it's going to take a while to recharge. It's a cooldown. So while he is recharging, I'm going to choose the rogue on top and have him attack. See how many hit points I get. I'm going to press B. Okay. So here's what I could do. I could switch with the tank in the middle lane so that the rogue can attack that enemy again in the middle. I'll show you that. Let's see. X, Y. See? So now the rogue is in the middle lane, and he's getting ready to retreat back to his original position. He will get another hit in on that skeleton that's right behind him when he does so. And don't worry about the monk in the bottom lane yet. We'll switch to him in a moment. Press LB to return to normal speed. Now press LB again to pause the game. Okay, so now I'm in a weird position because on the top lane, my tank is almost ready to attack again. You can see that little circle around the sword icon in gray. That means the cooldown period's almost over. It runs counterclockwise, by the way. The rogue in the middle lane, well, is going to be a few seconds before he's ready to go again. And that monk on the bottom, his icon is not gray, it is green. So he's ready to attack at any time. Unfortunately, there are no enemies in his lane. So I can wait. So while I wait, the two heroes above him in the top and middle lanes will continue to recharge their stamina. Okay. Warrior on top's ready to go. So here comes, so the tank warrior on top is ready to attack again. Let's do that. And I can switch with the monk. How does that sound? Yeah, so I guess let's try this. Since the tank is ready to attack now and there's an enemy in his lane, how about I use the tank and then switch to the monk, and then when the monk is done, I can switch with the rogue. So I can go, yeah, let's try that. Why? So I'm going to top attack, switch with the monk on the bottom, A, Y, there's your swap. Now the monk will attack, Y. By the way, you probably see right there on the right hand side, that enemy blocked my tank. It's a problem I have with tanks. They can't always make contact. Well, they'll make contact, but it won't do damage. Apparently the rogue never seems to get blocked, and I'm not complaining about that. So let's choose Y, then B. Okay, so he made contact. So now I'll switch with the rogue in the center lane. No one's ready to attack yet, so I'll just switch. X, Y. So now that monk will attack that skeleton in the middle when he retreats to his original position on the left-hand side of the screen. And no one will be able to attack for a while. So let's press LB to advance the game. Okay, a few other things I should mention while we were waiting. Check out the bottom left-hand corner of the screen. I'm going to press the left stick. Let's press it again. There we go. Okay, so I'm using the D-pad to switch between the different spells or skills that I have available to me. These can be activated by the right bumper. Double Strike. This is the rogue's skill. The rogue is currently located in the top lane. And this skill right here for the rogue allows you to do twice as many hits when you do a melee attack. So apparently instead of doing 3 hits, he'll do 6, which is great if an enemy is blocking, because the more hits you can combine in a combo, the more likely you are to make contact once you do a longer chain. So a 3-hit combo, an enemy might block, but a 6-hit combo, you're gonna break through his defenses eventually. So I guess that's the way that works. We'll see if we can do that pretty soon. The debuff, the next time the target is attacked, it is frozen for 7 seconds. This is the monk skill in the middle lane. This actually might be useful against the skeleton right here in the middle, we're whittling him down, but you can see his red bar right there. We're not doing much damage to him. So that little attack I've been doing, where I swap lanes and then the enemy, and then when I swap lanes and then the hero on the right-hand side does a retreating attack as he returns to his original position, that's not a very strong attack. So it's cute, but it's not very strong right now. So I won't manipulate that attack too much, because there isn't much I can do. It's not whittling this enemy down fast enough. So I'm going to focus on just straight-on, head-on attacks. Now, I might be able to use the monk a bit later to freeze this guy, because he's getting kind of close to us. So I'll do that later if I have to. Down here on the bottom lane is the tank special skill. That's the hot potato. It's got a 30-second cooldown, it says. Burns target for 2 seconds, removes 20 stamina. Well, I believe the enemy's stamina is in green. It's a little bar right next to him. I'll see if that's what's going on. Okay, and by the way, you can tell all my characters on the left-hand side of the screen have those gray icons. Like I said, that means they're on a cooldown. They can't attack until that circle around that gray sword icon is completely filled in. Circles counterclockwise. So if you check the 3 lanes, the warrior on top is closest to being able to attack next, and the monk's not going to sit around for a while. Let's see what else. Yeah, the red bar next to them is their health, apparently. And the green bar, I don't know what the green is. I'll have to see what that's about. I haven't been able to make sense of that yet. By the way, on the bottom right-hand corner of the screen where the map is, I can't use the map yet. There's a yellow icon in the center, in the little mini map. Check the top left corner of that mini map. 343 yellow coins. Okay. I have 1 candle. That's the candle I use to revisit those black lines on my mini map. The darkness. The dark paths that I've already taken. Don't try to revisit paths you've already taken unless you want to use one of those candles, because that's what that's about. If you try to go through a black path and you don't have a candle, game ends. And again, I'll probably show you that once I get to another area. And there's a key down there. I guess that's going to be used for chests, but I think I came with that. I don't know if I bought one or if I picked it up already. Because I don't think I bought anything yet. Okay, so press LB to unpause the game. Okay, Rogue's ready to go. So I think I can buy some time. So what I'll do is there is an enemy on the top, and so there are enemies in all 3 lanes. This could be somewhat interesting. Let me unpause. Okay, now everyone's ready to go. So watch this. What I can do is use the tank to attack on the bottom lane, switch with the rogue, and then we can switch with... Yeah, I'm going to need a strong attack against the enemy in the middle. Alright. So I'll stick to the top 2 lanes for now. Let's see how much damage we can do. And by the way, that enemy on top, it's about to die. So this actually might... Yeah, I'm gonna have to... Well, I'll fiddle with it. So I'll do the tank on the bottom lane first. We'll see how that goes. A, B, pause. Oh, you blocked it. Okay, so that's worthless. Okay, so this won't work. So in the meantime, what can I try? Well, how about I just have him switch with the bottom lane? I'll have him switch with the monk in the middle lane. Y, A. Whoops. Y, A. There we go. A, X. There we go. So now the tank will attack all the enemies in the middle lane when he retreats to his original position. In the meantime, I can tell the warrior to attack right now. Actually, can I switch? Yeah, I might be able to switch with him. Just a second. Okay. Okay. No, I can't switch. Alright. So let's wipe out the dude on top. And then maybe we can get him... Yeah, I was hoping I can get him to switch with the guy in the middle lane, but it won't work. So that my tank's going to take a hit pretty soon. So that might have been poor strategy on my part. Poor planning. Well, anyway. Let's take out the enemy on top so we can get him out of our hair. Top lane. Y, B. Okay. So we broke through his block because the rogue has a multi-hit combo. So we can break through those pretty easily. Okay. So we can switch with... I think my tank already took a hit. Okay. Who should go next? Yes, have him switch with the monk. Y, A. So now the monk is ready to attack. Y, B. Okay, I think the... Wow, check out the middle lane. I think the tank broke through that attack. So probably don't think it took any damage. Okay. And we have a stunned enemy up top, but no one's ready to go yet. But here's what I can do. I'll switch with the middle lane. X, Y. So now the monk will retreat back to his position in the left-hand side of the screen on the center and attack that pirate skeleton, I guess, in the middle. And the tank will be ready to go in just a second and attack that stunned enemy. Okay, he's ready to go. So let's attack the stunned enemy on top. YB. Okay, we took away some of his stamina, but he's still not dead yet. Okay, so we're gonna need to whittle him down. All right. So I did 8 HP of damage when the monk did that retreating attack, so it's not nearly strong enough. So I guess we're going to have to focus on that dude in the center. And I'm thinking I'm going to need the rogue to take him out, because he's going to block us, I think. So that enemy's down. Okay, you saw that? That tank on top regenerates his stamina really fast. So he's ready to go again. Okay, let's try this. Alright. I want the dude in the middle to go down. So how about I soften him up with the dude in the center lane, switch with the rogue to break down any blocks he uses. And then once he's blocked, I'll bring in the tank to finish him off. So I'll get things started in the middle. I'm going to stick to the middle lane for now. Going to choose the monk to soften up this pharaoh skeleton, I guess, with a dumb hat on his head. X, B. He blocked. So to break through the block, I'll switch to a rogue in the bottom lane. AX. There's the swap. So let's press XB to let our rogue use his multi-hit attack, or her multi-hit attack, to break through that block. XB. Broke through the block. So now I'll switch with the tank in the top lane, bring the tank down to the middle, and let's let the tank finish off the job now that the enemy's block has been broken. XB. Stunned. Not what I wanted. I think I already got the enemy in the air, so I guess I couldn't make contact with that. Okay. So I guess we did alright, but we're going to need to do a stronger attack. So that means the tank's probably going to have to finish off this guy, because the tank does the most damage. Okay, so let's press LB to end this. Okay, stunned. Okay. Ooh. Well, I'll tell you what. We'll bring in the tank first, because this enemy's already stunned. Then we can probably swap with the monk and let him use his freezing spell. Okay, so let's try that. Monk, I'll show you the monk's freezing spell. Let's check this out. Bottom of the screen. See that monk right here? The monk's in the bottom lane right now, but you see right here? Debuff. Next time the target is attacked, it's frozen for 7 seconds. So that skeleton with a dumb hat on his head, the pharaoh skeleton, I guess, we're probably going to be able to attack him once the tank gets rid of this stunned skeleton in the middle, the stunned pirate skeleton. So let's do YB. No, XB. Sorry, the middle lane. Yeah, XB. 286 over 300. That's the amount of HP he has left. Okay, so I won't be able to kill him in one go. But he's going to be knocked back. So watch this. I'm going to swap him out with the monk in the bottom lane. So XA. Monk is now in the center lane. I'm going to press RB to freeze this enemy. And I probably won't be able to do this. Yeah. I'm going to see if I can freeze this enemy by pressing RB. Not that enemy. That enemy. I want that enemy to be frozen. Whoops. X. Wait. Did I do that right? XA. Okay, yeah, here we go. X. RB. Right on the D-pad. Then press B. Okay, let me try that again. RB. Well, I gotta press RB to cast. So press right on the D-pad, then press RB to cast. I said it's a research stream. Okay, pause the game again. Okay, so how do I take out this dude? Okay, so he's gonna be frozen for 7 seconds. That's gonna work out for us. So I'll whittle him down. So I didn't waste a turn on this. That's good. So the monk can attack him first. And if that doesn't work, I'll bring the rogue down. If that doesn't work, I'll bring the tank down. So let's try that. X. He's got 170 HP. XB. He blocked. So that means I'm going to switch him out with the rogue. But he is frozen. That's good. Press Y. X. So now he's still blocking. So I'll use the rogue to... Actually, I probably can't do that. Tell you what, I'm going to try something else. Because if the rogue attacks him, then he's going to send him up into the air. And I don't know if I want to do that. So let's do XA and let the tank try to attack him. XB. It worked. Alright, so that worked. Broke through the block. So the monk whittle him down, then the tank broke through the block. So now he's frozen and flying backwards, and that's good. He's still not halfway dead yet, and that's kind of unfortunate. And someone got HP healed. I don't know what that means. I see that green, see above the block, it says 500 HP healed. Maybe that's me. I don't know. Anyway. Yeah, I think I got some HP back. It says 8 HP over the tank right now. Okay, the rogue can attack. So, we can try that. Why? See. Who do I want him to attack? Yeah, I know. I'll probably do a back attack. Yeah. So I'll get the rogue in there by swapping with the top lane, YX. And then what I'll do is I'll have the rogue attack. That can't see. I'll have the rogue attack the hooded, I guess the wizard skeleton in the middle lane, and then I'll swap lanes so we can do a back attack on that skeleton in the rear of the top lane. See that skeleton in the rear top lane? Those two skeletons on top, they're kind of weak, so I might be able to bring them a bit more damage. Okay, X, B, 258 HP on these guys, on that dude I just hit. Okay, so I'm gonna need a few more cycles to get past him. So let me swap her, excuse me, with the tank. Or do I swap him with the skeleton down there? The skeleton down there is too strong. Alright, well the monk will, I guess I can will him down, okay. XA. I'm not gonna do much damage to that skeleton on the bottom, but I'll probably be able to pause him a little. I get a cheap shot on him when I retreat. LB. Okay, see? So that skeleton has way too much HP. It'll take a while to whittle him down. Kind of wish there were a way for me to see how much HP these enemies had before I had... Like, during this stage, I wonder if there's a way I can see how much HP these enemies have. Alright, so we're ready to go. By the way, this debuff's on a cooldown. So I think it's what? Well, I don't know how long the cooldown is. Well, anyway. I'll come back to that. Yeah, 15-second cooldown now. So in 15 more seconds, this Curse of Frost spell that the monk has will be ready to go again. So I'll press LB to advance time again. Unpause. Okay. Top lane's ready to go. Let's see. Can the tank break through that attack? You might be able to kill these enemies right away. Let's press Y. B. Blocked. Should have known that would have happened. Okay, let me wait. Can I swap? Let me swap with the bottom lane. I'll swap with the rogue. He'll get a cheap shot. You'll get a cheap hit in on the skeleton in the bottom lane when he goes back. Okay, that's something. Okay, monk's ready to go. Can he break through the block on that dumb pharaoh skeleton right there? Let's see. X. 220 HP. He's not going to break it. I probably might have to wait then. So I'll have him swap with the top lane. XY. So the monk on the top lane will get in a couple of cheap hits on those weak enemies on top, and I'll let the rogue do the next strike, and it'll knock that pharaoh skeleton back. Yeah, I'm not going to need the... Remember, our rogue, let me press the left stick. There we go. In fact, let me show you this. Press the left stick. You can see right here, next to on the bottom of the screen on the left-hand side, see where it says monk staff, rogue's dagger? 25 to 35 damage per hit. So now, if I can break through that block, I'm going to do 25 to 35 hit points of damage. 50% increased critical hit chance, don't care about that. 15% spell recharge speed, don't care about that. Down. So now we can see the monk staff. The monk is located in the top lane, by the way. But if you look here at the monk staff, the monk does 1 to 9 damage per hit. So it's not very strong. And on the bottom... And in the bottom lane is the warrior sword. So yeah, so he's not a tank. I was calling him a tank because it's shorter. It's pithier. 125 to 150 damage per hit. So he's the guy, he's the tank. He's the guy who's going to finish everyone off. 50% faster melee charge. Spell casting increases damage of next melee combo. Okay. So let's press the left stick again, and we can see all the special skills that everyone has. Like the rogue has this... melee double strike, like I said, gives you twice as many hits in the melee. What does it say right there? I think the dagger attacks 3 times, I forget. But I'll get 6 instead of 3, that's great. This spell already cast. This hot potato spell says burn target for 2 seconds, removes 20 stamina. Might not use that yet, but I might use that against that dumb Pharaoh skeleton because he's kind of strong. I think he might be a threat. So before I run out of time on this video, let's get the rogue in. XB. Okay? So we whittle that. Okay, so that Pharaoh lost half his HP. That's good. We got a critical hit on him. See that? So after those 2 blocks by the monk, so we blocked the monk's 2 attacks. But I did 3 attacks, 3 hits on that same Pharaoh skeleton. First hit was a critical hit, 66 HP. Okay, so that's starting to make sense now. So the 3-hit combo, and the first hit was a critical hit. That's good. Okay, so I think I'm starting to make sense of this game. So that means I can swap now? Let me swap with the guys in the middle lane. So X, actually, let me switch to the guy on top. X, Y. So the rogue will get a cheap hit on those skeletons on top. LB. Okay, he did 7 HP. So they're almost dead. So I think one more retreating attack like that should finish off the top row, or at least the first skeleton in the top row, the leader in the top row. Alright, so let's unpause the game. Okay. Tank on the bomb's ready to go. Let's see if we can get a hit on without getting blocked. A, B. He got stunned. Alright, so who do I switch with? Monk. Yeah, I probably should have waited. So you have to make decisions like that. When do you attack? Blah, blah, blah. Okay, the monk's not going to be able to break through, is he? Nope. He's going to get blocked. So I'll wait. Okay, ready to go. Okay, so how do I do this? How about I knock that dude on the bottom back? Yeah, so here's my options. Do I swap lanes? That's, I mean, maybe I can just maybe I can just knock that skeleton back, then let the monk soften up. Yeah, it's going to be interesting, okay.